on what she needs to say.
Right.
Like, that should be important to you.
And even Cena, who usually pulls out pretty grade A promos, was not coming off very eloquent or like we cared at all, honestly.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think Cena wants to be in this match. I don't think he wants to be in this place. I think he's just going along for the ride because it gets him a spot on Mania. And I don't know. I'm not looking forward to this one.
Right? I think he just agreed to the match. I don't think he loves the match.
I don't think Maurice is going to willingly fight Nikki. So
No.
you're just going to have another glorified Cena-Miz match in which Cena wins.
Right.
And I don't know. It's time to start pushing Miz a little bit harder. He deserves something for this last year. This run. He's evolved so much.
I say give him another IC or US title run. I don't see him nor want to see him in the world title picture. He plays a perfect mid-card heel, and that's what he's perfect at. Let him own that.
Although I would like to see him one more time. Just towards the end. Doesn't have to be now. Because I do like his bitterness towards the entire system that keeps him down. Even
I hear you. If he had maybe a short run towards the end, I'd be okay with it. But I'd be more than happy with never seeing him getting a world title again. But a lengthy IC title reign again, I think would be great. I have no quarrels with that at all. Daniel Bryan came out, and basically all he said the whole time was he wants to punch him in the face. That was it. He's like, you do this, I want to punch you in the face. You do that, I want to punch you in the face. So we learned Daniel Bryan wants to what does he want to do?
He wants to pinch.
He wants to pinch The Miz in the ass. Ass pinching contest. He wants to punch The Miz in the face, basically, is what we got out of that.
Which, you can tie this into Talking Smack 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
When he said, when The Miz was talking about how he can't fight, and Daniel said, we'll see in a year and a half.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums up his contract.
Yep. That's what his contract runs out with WWE.
If they're not going to let him fight in the WWE, he'll go elsewhere and do it, is what it sounds like.
And it's been stated multiple times that Daniel Bryan is cleared to wrestle from every medical doctor out there.
Except for the WWE doctor.
WWE's doctor does not want him to wrestle in the WWE. So that seems to be the only thing holding him.
I think Vince doesn't want him in that position.
You know what? They worked hard at keeping him down. Fans forced him in the pedestal he's at, and now they have a good spot where they can keep him down.
Right. Yep. Upper management. It's better than being a performer. Trust me, Daniel.
Yep. Just saying. The biggest problem I have with this is when you put a storyline based around reality TV is more predetermined and more, dare I say the word, faker than pro wrestling. So it really feels forced, faked, and just blah.
I agree. I'm just hoping this match at WrestleMania is better than I expect.
Yeah, I hope so also. I will say I'm glad...
By the way, they just now solidified that this is a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, now they've said it's a WrestleMania match. Even though everybody's known this is the match for, 2-3 months?
Weeks, at least.
I think it's been over a month.
It up, though, yeah.
It's been over a month, because there started rumors about this before WWE started mentioning it on TV. I mean, this is back... When Nikki Bella would fight somebody backstage and bump into Maurice, remember she knocked her cocaine all over her face? Maybe it was supposed to be makeup powder. It was a hell of a lot of powder for makeup. It was cocaine. Let's not beat around the bush here. Yeah, so
Maurice did get in the weekly obligatory bitch.
Oh yeah, you gotta have
to
that.
Be done.
You
can't have the women's division without somebody saying bitch.
We're no longer the PG era, but we're not quite the. So then we have Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss, which was nothing great, but nothing bad. They're both good workers. They've worked better. I gotta say, am I wrong for rooting for Alexa Bliss still? I'm on Alexa Bliss's side.
I don't think so. Mickie James has had her time. Alexa Bliss is new. She's good. I'm behind her more than I'm behind a lot of the women.
Right.
I don't like the fact that they just basically gave her back the title. But, shit's gonna happen. Haters gonna hate.
You know what, I'll say, I am a subscriber to Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the magazine still, even though most people don't think it is important or matters anymore. And it may not, I don't know. I still love it. I still am a subscriber to it. I voted into their annual wrestling awards, and I put Alexa Bliss down as the most improved wrestler. I voted for her as most improved wrestler of the year. Because out of everybody, and The Miz was in that category, I know they had Sheamus in that category. They had Broken Matt Hardy in that category. All people who have really upped their game in the last year. But I personally still think Alexa Bliss was the most improved. I'm not saying she's the best out of them. I'm saying she's improved the most over the last year. And she has. She's blown me away.
I have to agree with you there. She wasn't very impressive in her run in NXT, to me, at least.
No, I did not want to see her come to the main roster.
When she split up with, what was the tag team she was with?
Now you're putting me on the spot here. We're gonna have to just the other gal. She was in that tag team with the other gal.
No, the guys. She used to come out with the two guys.
Oh, with Blake and
Murphy.
Blake and Murphy. Okay, that's what you're talking about.
When she came out with
Blake and Murphy. Yep, you're right. Yeah, she started out as their valet.
Yeah, and I wasn't with it. You could tell that she had the most star power out of the three, but that wasn't saying much.
Yeah, I'm not a Blake and Murphy guy. Which, by the way, I forgot when we were talking about Hideo Itami, he also GTS Buddy Murphy also. So, hey, way to go, Hideo.
There you go.
Go ahead, go back.
Ayo, Hideo.
There you go.
No, but as soon as she came up to the main roster, my first reaction was grunts and groans, like she's here already.
Yep.
What has she done to deserve it? But she showed up. She showed right away. And I'm glad they brought her in when they did, because I would hate for Camilla to be the new top woman.
Carmella? Yeah.
Whatever.
I agree.
She's not good.
She's taken a long time to get out of being a rookie and being green.
Yeah.
She started to show progress, and she's just plateaued and been stagnant.
And the whole stereotyping Italian thing, like, oh my god, are you serious?
Well, pairing her with James Ellsworth
Capiche?
isn't doing anybody's shit. I mean, James Ellsworth is not going to boost your career. I'm sorry.
No, but she might boost his. No, probably not.
She's boosting something. Wow. So then we went backstage again, and AJ Styles is waiting at the garage door. He's just been hanging out there all night waiting for Shane McMahon to come.
You can tell he's angry.
He's pissed. He's mad. The door opens 3/4 of the way and shuts. I thought it was a malfunction and somebody's kid was playing with it.
You could not see the car drive.
You couldn't. I was like, what the hell just happened? I thought somebody screwed up. Anyways, lo and behold, Shane McMahon came in, or was there the whole time. I don't know what it was. Who knows? So anyways, AJ jumps Shane, starts beating the hell out of him. It was a pretty decent one. Shane can take
love backstage segments like that.
Oh,
I wish there would have been some sort of a weapon backstage.
That would have been good. A lead pipe, a monitor, a TV monitor, something would have been good. You know, Shane knows how to take bumps. He'll hurt his body any way, shape, or form just to sell one more ticket. I'll give Shane that. Not a great wrestler. Damn if he ain't a showman, though. He's a performer.
For sure.
So then they ended up going down. I think AJ was counting the cars to make sure he got to the right car. And they came across the car.
A couple boxes and what looked like a giant refrigerator.
It was an ice machine in the back. There was an ice machine, you know, to tend to his wounds afterwards. And then AJ threw him through the window of a car that just so happened to have tape holding up some breakaway glass.
Yeah. Kind of fishy.
Yeah. And the tape stuck on AJ, of course, and it looked it stuck on Shane.
Yeah.
And it didn't look very good. I mean, you know, I give WWE credit for doing the live shows. And if, you know, it's nitpicking. It's nitpicking. We know it's a TV show. We know it's breakaway glass. We know what happens when you don't use breakaway glass. Bill Goldberg, WCW, putting arm through the window and cutting a tendon and making WCW lose their biggest star for almost a year. Yeah. So we understand it's going to be breakaway glass, but let's try a little harder.
Yeah.
And then what was the big screw up? Remember in the back seat?
Oh, yeah, they put a camera on the back seat, right in the back window, like, looking right at that spot.
Yeah, there just happened to be a camera in the back seat of that vehicle.
I like to think that maybe that camera was Vince's car, and it was under high security. He's got
a camera in every nook and cranny.
38 cameras in every inch of that car.
Maybe that was the ride-along car they were going to use later that night, so they had it all camered out ready for ride-along. We'll go with that. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and it was the ride-along car.
But the best part was they didn't show it during the segment. They showed it later during the replay of the segment.
After they could check it out and make sure it looked good and didn't look too bad or anything like that. I will say Shane got a lot of color on him. It wasn't real color, obviously. You could tell he kind of broke a blood capsule, I think, and put it in his hair at first. Then they cut away and came back, and he was covered in blood. You know what? showing color, I'm happy. You don't have to blade. I'm not telling you to blade. I'm not going to my job and cutting myself on purpose to look cool. You want to use fake blood, you're still getting color. I'm happy.
Yes.
Some segments deserve color.
It's storytelling.
It is. If you do it every segment, it cheapens it, and I don't want to see it, and I don't care. But when you use it one time, like in this one, good. They did it perfect. They did it the way they should have done it.
Tastefully painted it down his face before the camera cut back.
Exactly. Tasteful.
Hey, gotta make a nod to Fit Finley. He's
So
the one who saved Shane.
He did. Good old corporate fit just happened to be backstage to protect Shane. He flew in from Connecticut, from WWE offices, and saved the day.
Personally, I think AJ was already beating up old guys. He should have beat up Fit too. But, you know.
I hear you. So then after that amazing backstage segment, of course they're going to follow it up with an amazing and entertaining match. So we got Dolph Ziggler versus Mojo Rawley. And I'm not going to lie, I was doing something during that match and I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, well, when Mojo gets in the ring, it's hard.
It's hard to watch.
It's
The guy has all the heart in the world too. That's the worst thing. I so many wrestlers, I'm like, God, they got the heart. They give it their all. They do everything. And Mojo maybe needs to find a new job because he has the heart. I can see it in his eyes. I feel it. Like, I feel he's in there. He wants to have the best match of the night, and he has the worst match of the night.
He could be an inspirational speaker, a motivator. You know, and if you're going to keep him, the way he enters the ring and bounces off the ropes and all that, paint his face and call him the Mojo Warrior. Do it.
Maybe they need to put him on an announce team. Maybe he's going to be a good announcer. You know? Replace David Otunga. He can't be worse. You know, you can't be worse than Otunga.
But I definitely think we need to see some improvement with Mojo. He's, he was never there for me in NXT.
No.
He's never been there for me now.
No.
And it doesn't help that his tag partner's not around.
And when they had that Breaking Ground show that I loved, where they showed like the new NXT people just starting, and they showed kind of the backstage of that and them getting up there and all that, I still really didn't care about him. He came off as somebody that was just like,
Speaking of breaking ground, what happened to the other guys from Tough Enough? You don't hear about the Yeti or the Australian crocodile wrestler anymore.
They weren't tough enough. So then we got to the end there, and we had Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, and they had a segment which I thought was actually really good. Bray Wyatt was at his compound that was burnt down a few weeks ago, but is still smoldering. So it was a hell of a fire.
The
Randy
floor is
Orton
still
knows how to do it.
intact.
The floor's intact, and,
And
he's
there's
on
an
top of
echo,
her.
as if he's inside of a room.
Yeah, good acoustics inside that burnt down shack. I will give him that. But again, Bray Wyatt, beautiful promo. He made you believe it. He made you feel like you were there. You didn't care that it was still smoldering. You didn't care that it echoed.
And oh my God.
You felt it.
And baptizing himself in the ashes of Sister
Baptized
Abigail.
himself in the ashes.
I can't wait for this match at WrestleMania. I think this is going to be one of the best WrestleMania matches in the last 10 years.
You know what?
Easy.
I'll either give
The
it to...
story is there.
Yeah, I'll give it to either the writers or to Bray or to Randy or whoever I got to give the credit to. This is the first time, at least in 5 years, I've given a crap about Randy Orton.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. He's
I'm
a
not
good
pissed
worker.
that he's in this match.
Exactly.
I'm
He's
not.
a good worker, and I like to watch his matches, but I never give a crap about him. And I care about this match.
Just the build-up. The build-up has been perfect. The way that they shot these last few segments with the long cameras, you know you're building something beautiful. And
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the thing that grabs me most in professional wrestling, outside of, say, the Broken Hardys and what's going on with the Bullet Club.
And I think this week they did something better than they did a couple weeks ago, is that they had Bray Wyatt doing the talking and Randy Orton doing the watching.
You know what this feels like? This feels like
What's
an
that?
old school Undertaker WrestleMania match build-up.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
exactly what it feels like.
There
You
you
got the
go.
mind games. You got just all the angles lined up perfectly, and the most beautiful storytelling we've seen in a long time.
Oh, yeah. All you need is Paul Bear, and you got me sold. Yeah, this is a good old school kind of dead man, supernatural, You know, you can have corny, hokey, cheesy, campy in wrestling. You need corny, hokey, cheesy camping in wrestling. It needs to be there, but it needs to be done right. And this is how you do it right. I like this. I'm not complaining about this. Keep this up, WWE.